380 km, 6 diwrnod, 17,000 metr o uchder. Dyma Ras Cefn y Ddraig, un o rasys mynydd anodda yn y byd, ac mae'n digwydd yr wythnos hon. Ac un sy'n wrthi'n ymgymryd â'r sialens yw Alun Gruffudd. Ioan, Bianca, shwmai?
Shwmai, bore da.
Diolch yn fawr iawn i chi am wneud y sgwrs yma. Thank you so much for doing this chat. Ioan, o'n i moyn gofyn i ti ddechrau, beth wyt ti'n meddwl o'r ffaith bod y frawd i yn neud yr her fawr yma?
Wel, dwi mor browd ono fe. Mae'n her angredadwy. And if I may, I might just start answering it in English so Bianca can understand. David has asked me, what do we think about Alun, taking part in this incredible feat. Yeah. It's incredibly impressive. When you look at the timings of what he has to do every day. I mean, today, for example, I've been asleep for 8 hours. He's been literally running over hill and dale for 8 hours and still going, I think. So it's incredibly impressive. He's been so dedicated to doing this for months. It's not sort of he's taking this lightly. He's been very dedicated towards it. And so we're very, very proud of him and excited for it.
Bianca, when you found out Alun was doing this for the MS Society, how did that make you feel? It's such a challenge, isn't it?
Huge. It's massive. And so we've been chatting to Al about this for about a year now. And so I only found out a couple of weeks ago. Al surprised me. We were wandering through the Welsh Comic-Con together, and he just unexpectedly turned to me and he said, I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to be doing this and fundraising for multiple sclerosis. And I was humbled beyond words, literally. I was speechless and just so grateful, so proud of him. And what a cause to be running for. I'm sure you can understand how grateful I was in that moment when he turned to me and told me that. So it was beautiful. I'm really, really chuffed and proud of him, yeah.
Would both of you ever undertake such a challenge, running around the LA hills or something like that? Or?
Well, goodness,
I would probably give it a good crack.
Well, no. I was always a sprinter when I was younger. I can barely do 1.5 miles, I think, twice a week at the moment.
Well,
so I was hearing about Alun's training sort of every weekend. It was pretty intense, and for all the participants, really. I mean, I'm sure they're all out there, running for whatever cause, and it is a pretty impressive thing. I don't know. I enjoy my sleep too much, I think. I don't think
it's massive. Yeah. It's huge what they're doing. This is such a big deal. I think I'd love to say that I would do it for sure. My body, however, is only letting me do about 20 minutes of light exercise at the moment. So, maybe future Bianca might give it a go.
I was actually going to ask you, Bianca, I mean, they call MS the snowflake disease because everyone's symptoms, everyone's lives living with it are so different. How is life with MS for you?
That's a very, very good question. How is it this week, or how has it been in the last year? Which I mean, to answer that.
I mean, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because we both have remitting, relapsing MS, so things come in peaks and troughs. How would you look at life with MS?
It's it's not an easy life. It is what it is, right? I think you probably understand that better than anyone. The good days even have their difficulties. I've got my sort of forever issues, like my hand, that's a constant in my life. And so I might have days where I wake up feeling brilliant and my body is not failing me that day. I can move, I can walk, I can run even. But on that day, I'm dealing with a lot of spasming. I'm dealing with my hand just throwing whatever it wants to throw. And poor Ioan and I having to clean up messes around the house all the time because that's just how it is. But that doesn't mean it's not been a good day. It's still a good day for me. The difficulties are what they are now, and you get used to them. You just carry on.
Alun was telling me that you yourself are so positive and full of life, and I'm sure Ioan would agree that being positive can help maybe make a difficult day better.
Well, my neurologist quite literally told me at my diagnosis, your positive attitude is going to get you a long way in this diagnosis. He told me that, and my multiple neurologists since have told me the same thing. And it's interesting to know that positivity, of all things, is going to help you, because it's the way you see life. It's not about false positivity, which is toxic to the world. Everything's fine, everything's good, don't worry about it. That's ignorance. That's not what it is. It's saying, okay, today's really difficult, but I know what to do and I'm going to do it well. Mm-hmm. That is the positive that I try to convey when it comes to this illness. It's not about faking it. It's about saying, this is hard. This is really difficult, but that's okay. It's seeing it in that light.
It's almost like a daily practice that Bianca undertakes, and it is a genuine sense of positivity, and that in and of itself, that energy, is so infectious, and it's so impressive. You can't help but sort of get tapped into that energy yourself. It's quite uplifting to see how that genuine positivity can affect you, being around that energy.
I think I'm feeding off your positivity across the Atlantic here, Bianca.
I'm so glad. Look, as you know, stress, it affects MS. Those negative emotions, they really do take effect on your body. And I feel it when I get stressed, it's immediate. And I'm dealing with problems and spasming and blindness, and my leg goes. And, so you have to learn how to see things differently. You have to learn how to take a negative and look at it in a way that you can be okay with what's going on. It's not a matter of ignoring it. It's a matter of going, okay, how do I try and look at this and make myself be okay and calm and at peace with what's going on here?
Ioan, beth o ti'n gwybod MS? What did you know about MS before meeting Bianca?
I knew sort of generically what it was. What I didn't know, that there are so many different variants, and as you said earlier, that it's unique to every sufferer. So it's been an enlightening experience to learn more and more about it, and to learn the effects not only on Bianca herself, but on every sufferer. So that in and of itself is quite humbling. And I can only, imagine the sort of the frustrations, because on the surface, like today, Bianca and yourself, you're having this lovely conversation, you're exuding positivity, but I know that there's a lot of suffering going on in the background that one doesn't see, because Bianca doesn't project that. I know that she's operating on a percentage of about 70% in pain constantly, but she would never share that with you or show that to you. So it's been quite a humbling experience for me. Yeah.
In many ways, it is an invisible illness, as you say, Ioan. Bianca doesn't show anything at the minute, which makes me think you're in pain or whatever. Which brings us back to Alun in a way, because the money he's raising now goes towards such vital, fantastic research. And that must bring a little bit of happiness to you both, knowing, they might find something with this money he's contributing to the research of the MS Society.
Absolutely. The MS Society, they're actually quite an incredible charity. We back MS Society because of not only the charity itself for the obvious reasons, but they're all incredible people. They've all been touched personally by MS in some way, and they're passionate and dedicated. And what they do is they go above and beyond to assist, not just in the general, let's help you get, services, provide services, to assist you with your diagnosis. They are helping to rehabilitate people who have lost their walk. They are providing free wheelchair services. They are providing nurse supports to people with multiple sclerosis who can't afford it themselves. You know, we're living in difficult times. And so charities like this, all of these fundraisers, all of these donations that go towards them, they are doing beautiful things for people that are genuinely struggling with this illness. And it is an illness that you struggle with, as I'm sure that you're aware. You know, it's not easy. And, you know, we didn't ask for this illness. We didn't ask for it. No one would. So I definitely wouldn't. So to have charities like this that are there to help the people who are already confused and suffering, it's incredible. So what Alun is doing and what he's putting himself through to raise the money is just, it's above and beyond. Yeah, it's incredible.
You say that, but in the interview I've done with Alun, he said that his 6 days of pain is nothing compared to what you go through daily, weekly, monthly.
Oh, bless him.
So that's why he wanted to do it.
He humbles me at every turn, that man. He's he's so beautiful.
It is beautiful.
We're so proud of him.
Yeah. He's on day 2 now of the race. Unrhyw eiriau o gyngor? Any words of support or wisdom to Alun?
Dal ati Alun, paid yr o'r gorau fi. I was just saying, you know, keep at it, Alun. Don't ever give up.
We're tracking you. We're watching you. We're constantly refreshing you on the app. And I'm sending little messages of support to the group, to his number 119. Go, Alun. So we are completely behind you, Al. We are loving watching this.
Yeah. It's so incredible when you look at the map of Wales, and a lot of us have driven up and down Wales over the years, but to imagine that he's not just going as the crow flies and making the easiest route all the way down from Conwy to South Wales. They're going over hill and dale and mountainous terrain. It's a real challenge. So
incredible.
It's very, very impressive.
Well, I'm told it's, some people are saying, the most difficult mountainous race in the world.
I heard it was, I think, double Mount Everest, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a marathon and a half daily.
That's right, every day, but over the mountains, yeah. When you see the images from past sort of races, I had no idea. I didn't know what to expect, and then I saw those images and I went, oh, I see, they're sort of climbing and running and pushing themselves.
Ioan, growing up, was Alun a particularly, you know, did he like climbing mountains and running and stuff?
Climbing mountains, no, but he was always, very fit and playing rugby. Rugby was his game, was his, passion. So I think this is born from that. And we were both, very active, when we were younger, playing rugby and soccer, whatever, in school. But the mountainous part of this, this is a new challenge. So this sort of took my breath away when he said he was going to do this.
Oh, we couldn't hardly believe it when he told us.
And of course, he's so humble about it. He mentioned it about a year ago. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to start training for this. And I thought, oh, there we are then. I had no idea. And then, of course, as the time came closer.
No, he's really training for this.
He's really training for this. He's going every weekend up to the part of Wales where he will be taking part, the difficult terrain up north there. And it's so impressive, his training. It's the dedication is pretty impressive and immense.
I agree. But I shall be watching him from my warm sofa, from the laptop, drinking and eating what I want. No, it's incredible. It's an incredible feat. Diolch yn fawr iawn I chi am eich amser. Mae wedi bod yn lyflu I cael catch-up bach, Ioan, and Bianca, I really appreciate you being so honest about the illness and how you're getting on with it. And it's also nice to speak about the amazing feat Alun is undertaking currently.
He's incredible. And I do just want to have a quick mention to say thank you very much for accommodating the English for me today. I know this is a Welsh-speaking program, so thank you. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it.